It happened again. 5 reasons why Trump won in 2024. Yes, you heard that right. Against all predictions, all the polls, and all the pundits, Donald Trump has managed to secure another term in the White House. Let's break down exactly how this happened. Well, folks, it seems America's insatiable appetite for political dumpster fires is alive and well. The 2024 election was nothing short of a roller coaster, filled with twists and turns that kept everyone on the edge of their seats. From the primaries to the final vote count, it was a spectacle that captivated the nation. Because Donald Trump, against all odds, all logic, and possibly even against the will of a very tired-looking god, is back in the White House. His campaign was relentless, tapping into the same fervor and energy that propelled him to victory in 2016. But this time it was even more intense, more focused, and more determined. How did this happen? How did the Democrats, a party that seemingly spends more time agonizing over what pronoun to use than actually connecting with voters, manage to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory yet again? It's a question that will be analyzed and debated for years to come. But for now, let's dive into the 5 key reasons why Trump emerged victorious. Well, strap in, because we're diving headfirst into the 5 reasons why Trump won, and the Democrats are currently having a collective meltdown of epic proportions. First, let's talk about voter turnout. Despite predictions of a blue wave, Republican voters turned out in record numbers, driven by a combination of loyalty to Trump and dissatisfaction with the current state of the country. Second, the economy played a huge role. While the Democrats focused on social issues, Trump hammered home his message of economic recovery and job creation, resonating with voters who were feeling the pinch of inflation and job insecurity. Third, the media landscape has changed dramatically. Traditional news outlets no longer hold the same sway they once did, and Trump's mastery of social media allowed him to bypass the mainstream media and speak directly to his base. Fourth, the Democrats' internal divisions were on full display. Infighting and a lack of a cohesive message made it difficult for them to present a united front. Finally, Trump's ability to connect with voters on a personal level cannot be underestimated. Love him or hate him, he has a unique ability to tap into the fears and hopes of a significant portion of the electorate. So there you have it, folks. 5 reasons why Trump won in 2024. It's a result that will have far-reaching implications for the future of American politics. Buckle up, because the next 4 years are going to be a wild ride. Remember that whole "it's the economy, stupid" thing? It was a phrase coined during Bill Clinton's 1992 presidential campaign, and it resonated deeply with the American public. The idea was simple: focus on the economy and everything else will follow. Fast forward to today, and it seems that mantra is more relevant than ever. Turns out, it still applies. The economy is the lifeblood of any nation, and when it falters, so do the lives of its citizens. People are feeling the pinch at the grocery store, where prices for basic necessities have skyrocketed. Every trip to the store feels like a new adventure in budgeting, with families having to make tough choices about what they can afford. Under Biden, things weren't exactly sunshine and rainbows for a lot of Americans. The pandemic left a trail of economic devastation, with businesses shuttering their doors and millions of people finding themselves out of work. The recovery has been slow and uneven, leaving many to wonder if things will ever return to normal. Inflation? Higher than Snoop Dogg at a Willie Nelson concert. The cost of living has surged, making it harder for families to make ends meet. Gas prices have hit record highs, and the ripple effect is felt across the board. From groceries to utilities, everything costs more, and wages haven't kept pace. Unemployment? Let's just say there were more people looking for jobs than there were available episodes of Tiger King to binge watch during lockdown. The job market has been a roller coaster, with some sectors booming while others struggle to recover. For many, the search for stable employment has been a long and frustrating journey. The Democrats, bless their hearts, seemed to miss the memo that running on a platform of, "Hey, at least we're not Trump," only gets you so far when people are struggling to put food on the table and gas in their cars. Voters want solutions, not just rhetoric. They need to see real, tangible improvements in their daily lives. People vote with their wallets, and this time, their wallets were saying, "We're desperate enough to try anything, even that orange guy again." When economic hardship hits, people are willing to take risks, even if it means revisiting a controversial past. The message is clear: fix the economy and the rest will follow. Until then, the miserable majority will continue to voice their discontent at the ballot box. Let's be honest, folks. When was the last time you thought about rural America? Probably not since the last time you saw a meme about a cow wearing a MAGA hat. But here's the thing. Those cows vote, or at least the people who own them do. Rural America has been steadily turning redder than a sunburn at a Trump rally for decades, and this election was no different. The Democrats, in their infinite wisdom, seem to think that ignoring these voters and hoping they'd just go away was a viable strategy. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Chapter 3. Minorities? More like Trump-orities. The Democrats love to talk about how they're the party of diversity and inclusion. And it's true. They do have a lock on the votes of kale-eating, Tesla-driving, white liberals who unironically say things like, "Yes, Queen." But this time around, Trump managed to peel away a significant chunk of minority voters, particularly Latinos. How did he do it? Well, for one thing, he didn't treat them like a monolith. He actually went out there and campaigned in minority communities, something the Democrats seem to think is beneath them. Chapter 4. The Sisterhood of the traveling Pantsuits loses its grip. Remember all those "I'm with her" shirts back in 2016? Yeah, about those. Turns out, women aren't a single-issue voting bloc who will blindly support any female candidate with a pulse and a pantsuit. Shocking, I know. While Trump still has the charisma of a moldy loaf of bread and the vocabulary of a particularly dim-witted toddler, he managed to make inroads with some female voters, particularly white women without college degrees. Maybe they were won over by his economic policies, or maybe they just really hate Hillary Clinton. Chapter 5. Authenticity. In this economy? Look, I get it. The idea of Donald Trump being seen as authentic is about as believable as Ted Cruz being a human being. But here's the thing. A lot of voters, particularly those who feel left behind by the political establishment, see Trump as someone who says what he thinks, even if what he thinks is usually offensive, nonsensical, or just plain wrong. The Democrats, on the other hand, are often seen as being out of touch, elitist, and more concerned with being politically correct than actually solving problems. Outro. So, what now? Well, there you have it, folks. America has decided to hit the snooze button on progress. The election results are in, and it seems like the nation is content with the status quo, preferring the comfort of the familiar over the uncertainty of change. The Democrats are left picking up the pieces of their shattered dreams, their hopes for a brighter future dashed against the rocks of political reality. The air is thick with disappointment and frustration as they grapple with the outcome. Meanwhile, Trump is busy measuring the drapes in the Oval Office for a second time, preparing to settle back into the seat of power. His supporters are jubilant, celebrating what they see as a victory for their vision of America. But for many, this is a bitter pill to swallow. Is there any hope for the future? Who knows? The political landscape is as unpredictable as ever. But hey, at least we'll always have Twitter to provide us with a constant stream of political commentary, memes, and the occasional death threat. Social media has become the modern-day public square, where everyone has a voice, and no opinion is too extreme. It's a place where the lines between news and entertainment blur, and where the latest political scandal can trend worldwide in a matter of minutes. Political memes flood our feeds, offering a moment of levity in an otherwise tense atmosphere. People laugh, share, and sometimes argue over these digital snippets of satire. But beneath the humor lies a deep-seated frustration with the state of our political system. Intense political tweets and controversial social media posts keep the conversation going, often escalating into heated debates. Because if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that the American political system is a dumpster fire, and we can't look away. It's a spectacle that captivates and horrifies in equal measure. Chaotic political rallies, burning symbols, and the relentless 24-hour news cycle keep us glued to our screens, unable to turn away from the unfolding drama. In the end, we're left to wonder, where do we go from here? The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the journey ahead will be anything but dull.